I wasn't snooping. Genuinely. I was grabbing her phone off the bathroom sink because mine was dead, and I needed to text my boss that I'd be late for the Monday stand-up. She left her phone unlocked. The preview banner showed up. Can't stop thinking about last night. You looked unreal. The contact name was just S. My chest dropped, but I stayed quiet. I texted my boss, then I put her phone down where I found it. I sat on the edge of our bed, still damp from my shower, and stared at our wedding photo on the bookshelf. Paris, 4 years ago. I remember thinking that day, I'd die for this woman. And then in that moment, I wasn't sure I'd even talk to her again.
It took 2 days before I did anything. I started by checking her Instagram follows. A lot of S names. But one stood out. Sebastian E., a UX designer from her work. One of the guys she'd mentioned vaguely when she got her new job at a tech consultancy in Shoreditch. I looked through his profile. Gym selfies, cold brews, the type of guy who wears rings on all his fingers and calls himself spiritual. Her recent likes were on his posts, comments too. I remembered she once said she found most men at work kind of pathetic. Guess he wasn't pathetic enough.
I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I started noticing patterns. Late yoga classes, drinks with work, laughs at texts that she never showed me. On Friday, she said she was going to sketch with the girls. I asked who exactly. She hesitated. Why do you care all of a sudden? I always care, I said. She kissed my cheek and said, don't wait up. I didn't. I followed her.
Sketch was loud, neon, and full of influencers. I sat 2 tables away with a hoodie pulled low and the Guinness I nursed like a spy. She wasn't with the girls. She was with Sebastian. They were sitting side by side in the booth, not across from each other. His hand was on her leg under the table. She leaned into his ear when she spoke. Her laugh wasn't the one I knew. It was her flirt laugh, the one I used to get before we got married. I took photos. My hand shook the entire time. That weekend, I acted normal. She brought me a coffee in bed Sunday morning and asked if I wanted to walk through Hampstead Heath. I said yes. She kissed my hand on the trail, said, I love you. I looked her dead in the eye and said it back. But I wasn't in the same game anymore. I was done playing husband. I wanted to play something else. I started learning everything about Sebastian. I found his blog, his Medium posts, his podcast with 2 other guys about modern masculinity called Soft Edges. I even joined the co-working space he worked from, pretending to be a freelance consultant. I watched him order the same turmeric latte every morning at Ozone Coffee Roasters. I listened to his voice. I watched his gait. I took notes. I created a fake Instagram profile, generic enough to be real. I DM'd him pretending to be a recruiter from a Berlin-based VC firm. He replied within 6 minutes. I built the illusion. The fake recruiter persona had a name, Clara. She had a decent following, posts from Berlin, tags in real bars, a fake LinkedIn with colleagues who had also posted. Sebastian was smitten. Would love to hop on a call, he wrote. I had a female voice actor friend record some vague German-accented voice messages. He thought Clara was real. I asked about his work, his goals, what he was hungry for. He sent her shirtless mirror selfies within 4 days. Meanwhile, he kept texting my wife. One night, while brushing her teeth, she said, "Do you ever think we got married too young?" I froze. What brought that up? I don't know. Just feels like we're different people now. I didn't look at her. You seeing someone? She spat foam into the sink. Why would you ask that? Because I've seen you kiss someone who isn't me. I said nothing. She kissed my neck before going to bed. She left her laptop open one night while watching TV. Slack was open. There was a private channel, #ST. Only 2 members, Sebastian and her. The last message from him. Can't wait to get you alone in Brighton again. My stomach churned. Brighton. That yoga retreat she went to last month. I finally started crying. I took photos of the messages, her planner, the hotel confirmation. Then I shut the laptop and made us tea like nothing happened.
I sent an anonymous email to her company with screenshots of her Slack DMs from a burner Proton mail. I know how this looks, but you have to understand, I needed the fantasy to collapse for her. I needed her to feel the panic, the same one I've been living in for 3 weeks. 3 days later, she got called into HR. She came home pale. She whispered, "Someone's trying to ruin me." I hugged her. Who would do that?
That night, she cried in bed and said she had something to tell me. "I've been confused," she began. I stared at the ceiling. I haven't done anything physical, just emotional. It's over now. That was a lie. I stayed silent. "I'm sorry," she said. I nodded. But inside, I was done playing the victim.
Clara offered Sebastian a real-seeming job interview. Remote, video call. He showed up in a dress shirt, ring-laden fingers and all. The Zoom call auto-recorded. My friend asked pointed questions. Have you ever violated company policy in previous roles? Sebastian hesitated. I mean, we all bend rules sometimes, right? He was sweating. Clara ended the call politely. The video was sent anonymously to his manager. 2 days later, he was let go. I took her to dinner at Dishoom, King's Cross, her favorite. over doll and black tea, I asked, "Do you still love me?" She blinked. "Yes?" "Do you believe me?" I nodded. "I believe you're trying." Then I pulled out my phone, showed her the photo of her and Sebastian at Sketch. She went silent for a full minute. "Why didn't you say anything?" she whispered. "Because I wanted to see what you'd do." Her face was unreadable. "We fought all night. She called me manipulative, controlling, said what I did was sociopathic. I reminded her she lied, slept with him over and over. She called it a mistake. I called it a choice. We ended the night in separate rooms. She packed a bag. I didn't stop her. That was 3 weeks ago. She's staying with a friend in Battersea. Sebastian hasn't posted anything since he got fired. I don't know what I want anymore. Divorce? Therapy? A clean slate? Sometimes I replay everything I did and feel like a genius. Other times I feel like I burned down my own house. Was it revenge? Justice? Or just madness? I still love her. But I don't know if love is supposed to look like this.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this Reddit story, drop a comment below and don't forget to subscribe for more wild Reddit stories like this one.